This is CRN, the Community Radio Network, the voice of the community, the voice of anything sports, and proud to be the voice of the Comets. Follow us at crnsports.org. Now let's get back to the broadcast coverage on CRN. And now back to live coverage right here on the Community Radio Network, the home of your Clayton Comets.
Some energy drinks want to scare you. Some even want to bully you around. And the others, they're just blowing smoke. Packed with vitamins B3, B5, B6, and B12, the new HiQ energy drink comes available in 4 exciting flavors. Skyberry Fusion, Apple, Coconut Fruit Punch, and Lemon Lime. Natural caffeine, no preservatives, no crash, no bull. HiQ Energy Drink. Wings are for birds.
Now back to live coverage on the CRN Sports Network.
If you look up the definition of rivalry according to Google, it stands for a competition for the same objective or for superiority in the same field. Or could that be also on the court? Community Radio Network is set to go with varsity action of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association as cross-county rivals Wake County and Johnston County meet as a rival as old as when I was in school. We're set for the matchup between the 1-0 Clayton Comets after their win last night and starting the season, the 0-1 women's Lady Garner Magnet Trojans. Welcome to the new HiQ Energy Drink pregame tip-off. I'm Wesley Outland of CRN, joined as well with Petey Dorse. Petey, we have got an awesome matchup here this evening in Garner.
Yes, we do. It's interesting to see how both teams come off of last night's game short rested as the Garner Trojans were on the road and lost to Southern Durham 54-53, and the Clayton Comets were at home with the victory last night over Cordiff Holders. It's definitely, and last year in this same gymnasium, the Trojans defeated the Comets 60-58. And then 10 days later, they went on to Clayton and just basically annihilated them 50-35.
Yes.
So, both teams have big expectations this year coming into the season. Clayton losing the last 2 games last year. They lost to East Wake in the conference championship and also losing the first round of the state playoffs, as the same for the Trojans from Garner. So it's definitely going to be a big factor tonight. A lot of rivalry here, like you said, what rivalry was. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out tonight, Wesley.
And, of course, for the Lady Comets, they started their season last night on the road in Wendell against the Corinth Holder Pirates. You heard with me and other colleague Daniel Moore on the Community Radio Network, and a great game. They were right there struggling in the first half, but when the second half closed in, Clayton was able to get a nice victory.
Yes, it's interesting to see how the momentum comes into the night if they can pick up right where they left off for the second half last night. As they're working out to our left there, definitely trying the perimeter shot, and nothing's fallen right yet. But we're still 5 minutes and 18 seconds away from tip-off here as the home team, the Trojans, are coming out with high expectations and a lot of height tonight as they come in with some 6'1", 6-foot forwards, freshmen. Last night they were led by Kakio, who led the way with 19, and also freshman sensation Madison Mims last night racked up 10 points, but the Trojans fell short to Southern Durham just by 2, 60-58. It's interesting to see how the both teams come out tonight, Wesley.
For sure, this is the new HiQ Energy Drink pre-game tip-off. We are about less than 4 minutes away from going live with the varsity women's action. And, of course, Clayton will finally, Petey Dorse, be at home Thursday night, Jeff Adams Gymnasium back in Clayton to represent Comets All In, and their strength will be seeing if they can go 2-0 going to Thursday's game against the South Garner Titans.
Yes, another cross-time rivalry right there. You got Garner Magnet here, and you got South Garner in the same week, so you definitely have to I'm sure a lot of film is going to be looked at through this game. I wouldn't be surprised if South Garner's coaches aren't here to check out the depth of the Clayton Comets. They didn't lose a lot from last year, but it's interesting that, early part of the season, you like to do a lot of recruiting tapes. It's definitely going to be interesting what happens tonight as the fans continue to pile in here at the Trojans' den, as the Trojans will be working right to left at tip, as the Comets will be going left to right. As you're looking at it, listen to it on your radio or mobile device. This is PD Doris. Me and Wesley Outland will have your call tonight. The Lady Trojans were on the road last night, like we said, with a 1-point loss, 54-53. But leading the way, like I said, is Kaikia with 19. And a freshman sensation, Mims, see if they can come back tonight, as Kaikia is a point guard, a sophomore. The Trojans are very underclass size here. A lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores. Only got 3 seniors on the entire roster out of 16 players. As for your Clayton Comets year will be next year as well. They got Washington and Best as the only 2 seniors on the roster. They got 2 freshmen, Sharp and Howard, and then the rest is juniors. So the Clayton Comets, they need to make some action this year, and we'll have it right here on the Community Radio Network. I'll be with Wesley Outland doing some play-by-play calling in the first half, and Wesley will take over in the second half. But I'm going to hand it over to you, Wesley. What is your CRN keys to a victory for the Comets tonight as they face in a hostile environment here at Trojans Den?
Well, actually, what we're getting ready to do is have Coach's Corner. I'm going to grab a word with Coach Marlon Lee in just a moment, so just stand by. We'll get his thoughts before this game begins. But I will say they got to play the way they did against Corinth Holder last night, to leave on dangerous territory away against another team that's really, really good in the Garner Trojans.
All right, you heard it right there from Wesley. He was on hand last night as the Clayton Comets went into Corinth Holders and put up a nice victory on the road. So Thursday night we'll have coverage as they will return home for a matchup against South Garner. Head to Wesley. Wesley is trying to get a interview with the coaches as we're at 129 left. We're getting ready to go through the starting lineups.
Welcome to the main event.
All right, Wesley is down the sideline with the Comets assistant coach. Wesley, go ahead.
Well, PD, I'm down here courtside as we continue the High Q pre-energy game tip-off. And Adam Bailey, we're going to talk to you beside of Marlon Lee. Great game last night against Corinth Holder. What has the Comets got to do here tonight to carry that momentum for the home game Thursday against South Garner?
Well, one of the things we got to make sure we do is we got to be able to take care of the basketball. We got to be able to communicate on defense. And we got to make sure we run the floor as much as we can. Those will be the main keys for tonight for sure.
All right, we'll see what happens. Right now, we'll turn things over to Mark Kelly, public address announcer, to do player intros.
The North Carolina High School Athletic Association and the staff at Garner Magna High School would like to welcome you to tonight's game. We will remind you that one of the goals of high school athletics is learning lifetime values. Sportsmanship is one of those values when respect is accorded by all. Please let your sportsmanship show during tonight's game. And now for the starting lineups. First, let's meet the visit team representing the Greater News 3A Conference, the Clayton Comets. First, at guard, a senior, number 3, Kasia Washington. At guard, a freshman, number 5, Dariana Howard. At guard, a junior, number 11, Alexia Watkins. At guard, a junior, number 23, Mackenzie Henninger. And at forward, a senior, number 24, Unique Best. The Lady Comets are coached by Marion Lee. And now let's meet the home team representing the Southwick Athletic Conference 4A Division, the Garner Trojans. First at guard, a sophomore, number 2, Journey Kiyaku. A junior at guard, number 4, Naima Hicks. At forward, a freshman, number 15, Amelia Abunyan. At forward, a sophomore, number 21, Naya Wilkins. And at forward, a junior, number 24, Swin Bashan. The Lady Trojans are coached by William Stigler.
And that was public address announcer Mark Kelly giving you the player introductions. The starting lineup is set. PD Dorse, we will now prepare for this game again, about to wrap things up on the new HiQ Energy Drink pregame tip-off.
Yes, it's interesting, Wesley, to see how the Clayton Comets come out as they're starting 2 freshmen tonight, and that is Kaikua and Mims. See, the Comets will be working right to left as Trojans working left to right at center court, facing a jump ball, and it's controlled by the loose ball, and it's controlled by the Trojans. Trojans work in the paint, puts up a shot, no good. Long rebound and controlled by the Trojans. Puts up another shot, 2 shots, and no basket. We have a whistle down low. And it's going to send the big lady to the free throw in. That is Swin Basson.
And foul on number 5, Howard. Her first foul of the game.
7:49 left here, just starting the first quarter here at the Trojans' den. First 3 throws, she spins twice, spins the ball, puts up a shot, quick free throw, and it balls through the bottom of the net. 1-0. The Trojans get on the board first against the Comets. Basson dribbles 3 times, squats, eyes the basket, puts a shot up, follows through, rims out, long rebound and controlled by Watkins. Watkins comes across timeline looking right side to Washington. Washington is guarded tightly, man-to-man defense, and we pick up a foul right there, and the foul is on Kakua for the Trojans. 2 quick fouls right here, Wesley.
2 fouls now, 1-on-1 on each team. Kakua getting the foul, the captain, point guard, senior at 5'4". Comets bring it back in play.
Howard inbounds the ball to Washington. Washington comes across the timeline, looks left, finds her man, and we have a backcourt, and it was deflected. And it was deflected by the Trojans. Coming across the timeline is Washington. Top post, hands it off, and it is stolen. Loose ball on the floor. Far side, Washington comes up with it, drives through the paint, puts up a shot, and it was blocked. And it was blocked by Basson. Not sure if it was blocked or she just lost the pass, and she draws the foul. And that's a foul on Basson. That's a second team foul for the Trojans. Inbounding the ball underneath their goal is the Clayton Comets, working left side of the goal. It's Howard.
Swin Bastion, the one that got the foul, so that's now 2 fouls on the Trojans so far.
Yes, it's Basson's inbounds pass to Washington. She tried to go back to Watkins, and it was out of bounds off the Trojans. Clayton's basketball, 7:15 left here in the first quarter. Inbounds the ball from Watkins to Washington. Washington between the circles, working left side, dribbling left side, facing that man-to-man defense. Nothing opening up down low as she's looking, calls out a play, gets 2 high posts. Still nothing there. 7-minute mark here in the first quarter, 1-0. Trojans lead. Washington works the right side, hands it off to Watkins. Watkins gets trapped down low, finds her man in the right post. Shot goes up, and it's no good. Shot by Howard, and is blocked by Basson. Basson controls the ball coming across the timeline as Kakua. Kakua left side. Top of the key, swings it over to the left side. Got a 3 on the way, and it's good. Big shot right there, and it falls through for Afuna for the Trojans. 4-0. The Clayton Comets trail. 6:29 left here in the first quarter. Washington looks down low, finds her man, pulls up, and we have a foul. The foul is on the floor, and that's going to be a foul, and Howard was fouled. It's the 3rd team foul, and it was foul again on Basson. That's Basson's 2nd team foul. And Bassett will be taking a break.